All right, welcome back to part two. Last week we talked about 10 things that I wish I knew at age 25 now that I'm in my 50s. We only went to the first five, so we're going to look right now at these last five. And these things really hit different once you're past that 40, 50 threshold. And so I think some of these will probably resonate really deeply with you. Some of them might surprise you. So stick with me over the next few minutes. Let's go through these five more things that I wish I would have known at 25 now that I'm 50. Before we dive in, if you would like, click that link below right in the comments. It's a link to a free 5-day email course. If you are interested in figuring out how to unlock new purpose and passion and significance in this second half of life, you'll want to sign up for that free 5-day email course. Just five really short emails, one a day for 5 days. It's going to tell my story a little bit. You're going to see some of the pain, the struggle, what all brought it to a head in my life. And I believe if you read those and think about those, you're gonna figure out yourself, okay, how I can do this too. I can break free. I can unlock some things in my life. I think it's going to help you. So sign up for that, and let me know how you enjoy it. Lesson number 6. Let's dive right in. Lesson 6. If you can't say no, your yes means nothing. If you can't say no, your yes means nothing. You know, at age 25, I said yes to just about everything. Every opportunity that came up, every phone call asking me to do something, every friendship, every commitment, every pressure that was put on me, every expectation somebody else had on me. I didn't want to disappoint anyone. I didn't want to say no to things because I thought I'm missing out on an opportunity. I'm missing out on an open door. This might never come back around again. I need to do it. But I didn't realize that, man, when all you do is say yes, the yes means nothing. No's help set those boundaries. You know, I didn't want to disappoint anybody, but here's the truth. When you can't say no, your yes loses power. Your identity is shaped by what you're willing to reject. Our identity is shaped by the things we're willing to reject. If you don't choose your own boundaries, other people are going to choose them for you. Saying no isn't selfish all the time. Saying no is stewardship. Saying no is handling things, stewardship, handle things in the right way. So learn to say no. I think as I get older, and hear me, I still sometimes have these pressures that I feel put on me that I've got to say yes to everything. And I've learned lately that, you know what, I've got to carve out and say no. I've got to carve out some things. I can't do everything. If I try to do everything, I'm not going to accomplish anything. So learning to say no. Don't be afraid to say no. Lesson number 7 is develop a willingness to be disliked. Develop a willingness to be disliked. Now, this one hurts because my personality, my temperament is I want everybody to like me. I want everybody to approve of me. I want everybody to pat me on the back. That's just who I am. So this one hurts until you accept the idea that not everybody's going to like you. And that reality just kind of sets you free. If you really want to make an impact, if you really want to lead, if you really want to build or stand for something meaningful, somebody's not going to like it. Somebody's not going to approve. And that's okay. You cannot be a life-changing presence to some people without being seen as a joke to other people. I have enjoyed just these last month and a half of posting these videos. Some of the troll comments that I've received, I haven't got many comments negative, a lot of positive comments, but the few negative. I mean, I got one where somebody said, "You look like a substitute teacher." I thought that was hilarious. Other thing, just comment. Not everybody's going to like what you do, but at 51 years old, I don't care anymore. I'm going to do what I feel is best to do. I want to please God. I want to make a difference. I want to make an impact. And it's okay. Not everybody's going to like it. It's okay. And that's freeing when you finally realize that. When you finally realize I get my worth not from what other people say about me. I get my worth from the fact that I'm doing what God's asked me to do. And that's all that you can ask for. That's the cost of purpose. And if I could tell my 25-year-old self something, I would say stop trying to be liked and start aiming at being faithful. Stop trying to be liked and start aiming at being faithful. Lesson number 8. Lesson 8. There's no such thing as a life without problems. There's no such thing as a life without problems. At 25, I fought tooth and nail to eliminate problems. I avoid problems. Try not to have problems. But now at 51, I know the truth. Problems never go away. Problems only evolve. The older you get, problems don't go away. You got problems, they complicate. The problems I had at 25 are different than the problems I have at 51. These problems seem more complicated now. Problems just evolve. They never go away. A homeless man has money problems. A millionaire has money problems. Different scale, same category. Life is not problem-free versus problem-filled. Life is bad problems versus better problems. Growth is simply upgrading the quality of your problems. Growth is simply upstaging. Let's go to the next most complicated problem. Choose the problems in your life worth sacrificing for. You're always going to have problems. There's always going to be issues. There's always going to be difficulties. Choose which kind of difficulties you want to have. Grow, develop, succeed, push higher, aim for integrity, aim for respect. Choose the problems that are worth sacrificing for, and you'll find your purpose. Lesson number 9, confidence isn't about expecting success. Confidence is about being comfortable with failure. Confidence isn't all about, oh, I know without a doubt I'm never going to mess up. It's going to be a success. It's going to work out. It's nice to have that type of confidence. That's not real confidence. Confidence is being comfortable with failure. At 25, I thought life was defined by achievements. Life was defined by what everybody else thought success was, all the wins and the titles and the applause and the recognition. But that's really insecurity pretending to be confidence. Real confidence is built on being unafraid to fail, unashamed to try, unwilling to quit. Confidence is courage in the face of adversity, not perfection. Confidence is faith in the midst of difficulties, not never failing. And the men who do something significant with the second half of their lives aren't the men who never fail. They're the men who fail, but get up and keep moving. So it's not about avoiding failure. It's about, you don't want to fail, but it's about, okay, it's all right if I fail, all right, I'm going to learn from it, get up, dust myself off, and move forward. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to bury my head. I'm not going to feel sorry for myself. I'm not just going to stay in bed and pull the covers over my head and be afraid to face life. No, real men in the second half of their lives aren't afraid to fail. They fail, but then they get up and keep moving. Lesson number 10, last one. It's never too late to change. It's never too late to change. This is the one I want my kids, my friends, every man over 40 to chisel into their soul. It is never late to change. It's never too late. Your timeline, my timeline is not God's timeline. Your pace is not your identity. I have always, until the last several years, always been really ashamed and feel bad at myself because I feel like I'm a late bloomer. I mean, in my mid-20s, I was doing one thing and it seemed like all my friends were a step ahead. And then finally, when I got to that step in my mid-30s, it seemed like all of my friends were again a step ahead. And I would always feel bad for myself and feel shameful and feel like, man, I'm behind. And you know what I just did a few years back? I just accepted the fact I'm a late bloomer. I just accepted the fact that there's some things my timeline's not going to line up with everybody else's. My pace is not my identity. Neither is my past my ceiling. You can look all over Scour the web for examples like this. But if a 62-year-old woman can pick up a piano, or pick up learning to play the piano and become a master in her 90s, it's not too late for you. It's not too late for me. It's not about age. It's about willingness. It's about being willing to start, willing to commit, willing to dig in, willing to stop making excuses. The second half of life can be your most meaningful half if you decide to write a new story. Get up from the failure. Stop wallowing in the defeat. Stop worrying and wallowing around in their past. That's not your ceiling. That's not. Get up now and start moving forward. Your second half can be your best half. Now, these 10 lessons, the 5 I mentioned last week, the 5 from this week, they don't just make you wiser. They won't just make you wiser if you put them into practice, but they will give you confidence to move forward with purpose. A man who learns late is still a man who learns. Call yourself a late bloomer like me. I'm still learning. I am wrapping up at 51, going to be 52 in a few weeks, and I am wrapping up, hoping in May to graduate with my Doctor of Ministry degree in preaching. I was in a cohort with people in their 30s, and I was sitting close to 50. And I look around and think, man, boy, did I miss it. I'm so late at this, get late to the party here. But you know what? I'm okay with it because I'm pursuing what God's asked me to do. A man who learns late is still a man who learns. And a man who learns begins leading. So don't be afraid. Keep learning, keep pushing, and keep reaching. I don't know what of these 10 or of these 5 I mentioned today really resonated with you, but drop a comment below and comment and let me know what really struck with you today. And if you want more content for the second half, man, what's second half of life, subscribe to this channel. And I'm going to be posting videos like this every week. And I want to encourage you. We can do all that God's called us to do. No matter what age we're at right now, there's still something left to do. So subscribe for what's coming next, and I'll see you next week.